when I do inquiry, like somatic processing, I never sit down to inquire to get rid of something within myself. I never sit down to get beyond something or anything like this. When I do somatic inquiry and processing or trauma work, I'm always in receiving mode. It means that I don't jump into deep trauma or repression work and just bringing up a lot of energy and stuff like this. It's more like the first step for me almost always is to sit down with myself, especially when I know it comes to hard traumas, more difficult situations that I feel that I'm stuck with, and I have to go there, I have to face it, I have to feel it, and I have to process something there. And that's why I don't really like the word processing, because it can confuse the mind, especially for beginners. But so anyway, what I do is, and this is like a practice for me also. So I just sit down with myself and just bring my awareness into the body as much as I can. It helps because then I notice that the experience is already here. Then I notice that the experience is already here. So I don't have to bother about that. I don't have to change that. It's already happening. The experience within the body, mind, from head to toes, I notice that there is an experience. So I can't change that, it's already there. And there is an acceptance that comes with it. And so what I do is that I feel into the body and I'm just receiving whatever I feel, whatever sensation happens in the body, mind. I don't even use the word sensations. I just notice the energies. Everything comes with an energy, so to speak, if you know what I mean. Everything is like an energy felt in the body, if you can notice this. And I just feel into these energies. I forget all labels. I forget about even the label of emotion or sensation or any label. And I'm focusing only feeling the energies within my body. If there is a head sensation, an energy that's happening in the head, then I just feel the raw energy of that feeling there. That's all. And I just notice, because that's receiving. I don't want to do anything with it. I'm just receiving it by feeling into it. And the key step is that I notice that how much openness and love can be there with that energy in the head or with that energy in the belly. And I just keep my focus and my feeling ability in that mode, just receiving the energies in the body and just noticing, just witnessing how much openness and love can be there with that particular energy. No naming, no labeling, nothing. Just noticing, witnessing. Just this, nothing more. Keeping it very simple, just feeling everything as energy and just noticing how much openness and love can be there with that particular energy that I'm feeling here. And there is no right response to that. If there is just a little bit openness and love, then I'm just noticing and witnessing that, just acknowledging that. If there can be like, it's just full resistance towards that or hatred or something, then I'm just noticing how much openness and love can be there with that resistance or hatred or whatever is going towards the sensation. But the key is that I don't even call it resistance or hatred or whatever. I'm again just noticing it as an energy. There is an energy in the chest, for example. I notice how much love and openness can be there. Then a reaction comes like a resistant energy. I don't name it. I just notice it again as an other energy, so to speak. And again, I just notice with that energy how much love and openness can be there. And I just stay with the body in that way, with the body with all its energies. And I just keep receiving it in that way. And this receiving is like, it happens through allowance. It's not even allowing. Even allowing feels a little bit as if it's like a doing or something. Maybe it's a channel, allowing is a channel, and I just receiving through that channel. Receiving just happens. Noticing just happens. And if some release or relief happens or something shifts, again, I don't call it emotion or anything. I again just sense it as an energy. And just noticing how much love and openness can be there with it. And that's awareness. If you believe that you don't recognize awareness, then it's already happening. It's all happening within awareness. It's all awareness. Everything that notices, everything that's felt, everything that we call energy, even calling it energy is already too much because it's just being. But if you can try this practice and you're not sure about awareness recognition, then maybe it can show you something to be in that receiving mode. And when I go into inquiry, I just keep the same receiving mode, just keeping the same receiving mode within myself. No matter what kind of inquiry I do, if it's repression and trauma work, or it's just acknowledging the stories, the triggers that's happening in me, like I'm unlovable, I'm unwanted, and it just triggers some sensation in the body, I just stay in receiving mode, receiving those words, images, and receiving the energy in the body that's saying something. I'm just receiving it. Everything is happening in me during inquiry also, through this receiving mode, through this curiosity, love and openness within myself. So that's how it works for me. And yeah, it's just awareness, recognizing itself as all of it. As all of it. Awareness, recognizing itself as all of it. Just as I can receive a sound that's happening around me somewhere, in the same way, and you don't have to do this. I don't have to do this. The seeing, I can see how the tree is moving because of the wind. I hear the AC, the sound of the AC. So this receiving through the hearing and the seeing, it just happened by itself. I don't have to look intentionally, or I don't have to listen intentionally in order to receive that sound or receive that sight or that seeing or something. It just happens. And in the same way, the receiving within the body mind It just happens. I had to practice for a while to understand this receiving mode within myself. That's how it is for me. I hope it can help you. From that place, like practicing and learning this, if I can say this, it's more like a discovery in that way. If you can just practice it for a while, then inquiry will be much more easier for you, smoother. Even the seemingly hardest traumas, processing them and meeting them through this receiving mode. I mean, yeah, for me, processing equals receiving. You know, it's always a receiving. Even if I work with a command during repression inquiry that says, go away, the energy of it and the word is still happening through this receiving mode, you know? There is such a deep love in this process of KI, the Kidobi inquiries. And it really brought a deep intimacy with and within myself. Like a love that I could never understand and I could never find on the outside or with anyone. Even the deepest love of my life, I mean romantic relationship, couldn't give this. The deepest intimacy with someone couldn't give, couldn't provide, couldn't show this. Maybe I just overlooked it, but it was always something on the outside. Even with the awareness recognition, it subtly was something on the outside in me, but also in the outside. So there was still some misunderstanding in the experience. But through KI, I had to learn that, you know, and I found this love, recognition within myself through the process. And I gradually learned and felt more and more that processing means receiving and just being in receiving mode. And this receiving within myself is this love that I cannot explain. I can only encourage you to try it. Maybe this video help, I don't know. To find this deep connectedness within yourself and to see and feel for yourself through that you are already healed, actually. Even if the mind says, no, I still have a lot of trauma and I have this symptom, I had that symptom, it's all within awareness. And you just have to step by step receive whatever is there in the body mind. And that you have this connection with everything that's happening within you. You can have this connection within yourself and with yourself. Because that's the recognition of awareness, or the here and now, this all-pervading space of presence or awareness. There are many words for it. But to understand this on a human level, I needed this practice. That's so strange. Because of my traumas. Because I knew life only through self-hatred because of my traumas that happened in the past. And having the awareness recognition somehow, and then like having the help of KI to show me this receiving mode, it came together. It came together. And it just goes deeper and deeper, this understanding and this connectedness. And since I found this love, the urge to find something on the outside or with someone, it just makes less and less sense. Like, find what? To find what? I can't relate to that anymore in the same way, like finding what? When you can fully find it within yourself, then the search stops. Yeah, I think that's all for now, and thanks for listening. I'm so happy that I could share this with you today.